Welcome to Lahore, a city full of history and culture. Known as the heart of Pakistan, Lahore has been home to amazing stories, beautiful buildings, and rich traditions for hundreds of years. In this video, we'll take you on a journey through time to see how Lahore changed from an ancient legend to a Mughal wonder, a British colonial center, and finally, the lively city it is today. Whether you love history, enjoy traveling, or just want to learn something new, join us as we explore the fascinating story of Lahore, its past, its people, and its never-ending charm. Lahore's story begins long ago, surrounded by myths and legends. Some say it was founded by Lav, the son of the great Ram from the Ramayana, an ancient Indian epic. In fact, the city's name is believed to come from Lav's name, giving it a deep connection to mythology. But beyond the legends, Lahore's roots stretch back thousands of years. Early records suggest it was a small settlement during ancient times, located along key trade routes. Archaeologists have uncovered signs of life here dating back to the Indus Valley civilization, showing that this land has been home to people for ages. Though much of its ancient history remains a mystery, one thing is clear: Lahore has always been a place of importance. From its humble beginnings, it was destined to grow into something much greater. As time moved forward, Lahore became part of the Great Mauryan Empire, ruled by Emperor Ashoka, one of history's most famous leaders. During this period, Buddhism spread across the region, and Lahore played a role in this cultural shift. While there are few physical remains from this era, history tells us that Ashoka's rule brought peace and development to the city. It became a small but important hub for trade and learning. This laid the foundation for the city's growth in the centuries to come. Though it was still a quiet settlement compared to larger cities of the time, Lahore's location made it a key stop for travelers and traders. It was slowly but surely setting the stage for its rise in the medieval world. Lahore's transformation truly began during the medieval period, especially under the rule of the Ghaznavid Empire. In the 11th century, Sultan Mahmud of Ghazni made Lahore one of his key cities, turning it into a center of Islamic culture and learning. This was the first time Lahore started to gain recognition as a major city in the region. With the arrival of the Delhi Sultanate in the 13th century, Lahore continued to grow in importance. Mosques, fortifications, and bazaars were built, and the city became a hub for scholars, poets, and artists. It was during this time that Lahore earned its reputation as a city of culture and refinement. Despite facing invasions and destruction over the years, Lahore always managed to rebuild itself. This resilience showed that the city was not just a place, it was an idea, a symbol of survival and progress. This spirit would carry Lahore into its golden age under the Mughals. Lahore reached its golden age during the Mughal Empire, a time when the city became a true masterpiece of art, culture, and architecture. The Mughals made Lahore one of their key cities, and under their rule it flourished like never before. During Emperor Akbar's reign, the famous Lahore fort was rebuilt, turning it into a stunning example of Mughal craftsmanship. Later, Emperor Jahangir and his wife, Nur Jahan, added their own touches to the city, including beautiful gardens and monuments. One of the most iconic creations of this era was the Shalimar Gardens, designed to showcase the Mughal love for nature and symmetry. Lahore also became a center for trade and culture, attracting artists, poets, and scholars from across the region. Its bazaars were filled with the finest silk, spices, and jewelry, while its streets echoed with the sounds of music and poetry. By the time Emperor Aurangzeb built the Grand Badshahi Mosque in the 17th century, Lahore had become a jewel of the Mughal Empire. It was a city that symbolized power, beauty, and a rich cultural heritage, a legacy that still defines Lahore today. After the decline of the Mughal Empire, Lahore entered a new chapter under Sikh rule. In the late 18th century, Maharaja Ranjit Singh, known as the Lion of Punjab, made Lahore the capital of his Sikh Empire. His leadership brought stability and prosperity to the city after years of unrest. Ranjit Singh focused on preserving Lahore's heritage while adding his own mark. He strengthened the Lahore fort, restored Mughal structures, and built new temples and gurudwaras, blending Sikh and Mughal architecture. His efforts ensured that Lahore remained a cultural and political center. This era was also known for religious harmony. While Sikh traditions flourished, Lahore continued to respect and celebrate its Muslim and Hindu heritage. The city's diverse population thrived together during this time. Ranjit Singh's reign marked a unique period in Lahore's history, where old traditions merged with new influences, setting the stage for its next transformation under British rule. Lahore's story took another turn in the mid-19th century, when the British took control after the fall of the Sikh Empire. Under British rule, Lahore became a key administrative and cultural center in colonial India. This period brought significant changes to the city's infrastructure, education, and architecture. The British introduced modern institutions like Government College and the Lahore Museum, which remain iconic landmarks today. They also built elegant colonial-style buildings, such as the Punjab University and the General Post Office, blending European design with local influences. Lahore played a crucial role in the independence movement during this time. It was here in 1940 that the Lahore Resolution was passed, paving the way for the creation of Pakistan. The city also inspired great poets and thinkers like Allama Iqbal, whose vision shaped the idea of a separate homeland for Muslims. While colonial rule left its mark on Lahore's architecture and city planning, the people of Lahore preserved their cultural identity and passion for freedom. By the time independence came in 1947, Lahore was ready to begin a new chapter as part of Pakistan. After the partition of India in 1947, Lahore became a part of the newly formed Pakistan. The city faced immense challenges during this time, as thousands of people migrated across borders, leading to social and economic upheaval. Despite these difficulties, Lahore quickly began rebuilding itself. As Pakistan's cultural capital, Lahore embraced its new identity while preserving its rich heritage. The city became home to iconic institutions like the Lahore Arts Council and Al-Hamra, fostering a vibrant scene for art, music, and literature. It also became a hub for education, with universities like Punjab University and LUMs shaping future generations. Over the decades, Lahore has transformed into a bustling metropolis. The city seamlessly blends its historical landmarks, such as the Badshahi Mosque and Lahore Fort, with modern developments like the Lahore Metro and towering commercial centers. Today, Lahore stands as a symbol of Pakistan's history, resilience, and progress. From the vibrant streets of Anarkali Bazaar to the peaceful greenery of Jelani Park, Lahore continues to thrive as a city that honors its past while looking toward the future. Modern-day Lahore is a city of contrasts where history meets innovation. On one hand, you can explore timeless landmarks like the Walled City, with its narrow alleys and vibrant bazaars, or visit cultural treasures like the Lahore Museum and the Shalimar Gardens. On the other hand, Lahore's skyline now features contemporary architecture, shopping malls, and modern residential areas. The city is also known for its unmatched love for food. From traditional dishes like nihari and biryani to the sizzling roadside BBQ in Gawal Mandi, Lahore's food scene is as lively as its people. It's no wonder they say, Lahore, Lahore Hai. There's truly no place like it. Lahore is not just a city, it's an experience. It's where festivals like Basant once lit up the skies with kites, and where modern events like the Lahore Literary Festival bring people together. It's a city that celebrates its heritage while embracing progress. A place that welcomes everyone with open arms. As Lahore continues to grow and evolve, it remains a shining example of resilience and cultural richness. It's a city that lives in the hearts of its people, and its story is far from over. And so, the story of Lahore is one of transformation, resilience, and timeless charm. From its ancient myths to its Mughal glory, from the Sikh Empire to the British era, and finally to its role as a modern cultural capital of Pakistan, Lahore has always been a city of significance. Its streets echo with the whispers of history, its monuments stand as proud reminders of its past, and its people carry forward the spirit of this vibrant city. Lahore isn't just a place, it's an emotion, a symbol of heritage, and a source of inspiration. As we conclude this journey, we invite you to explore Lahore yourself, whether through its history, its culture, or its food. And if you've enjoyed this glimpse into the evolution of Lahore, don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow history lovers, and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating stories from the past. Thank you for joining us on this journey through time. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.